good bit of finality hanging in the air on a splendid Sunday afternoon at the Big A as we continue to water that inner track. That's right. Open for business this coming Wednesday. And with that in mind, today was the swan song of both the main and the turf. Winter's coming here in the Big Apple. Jason Blewett, Richard Migliore. Speaking of winter time, we're under the bright lights, keeping us nice and toasty in our second floor clubhouse studios, and a nice day here at Aqueduct, even though this does kind of signal a, end of the season.
The close of the main racing season, but the inner track has produced some really good horses over the years and some really good riders, and we usually see a young star or a few emerge out of the winter months. They get their opportunity to shine, and some of them make the most of it, and they stick around.
And we did have that $37,000 pick six carryover going into a very challenging card. Sit tight if you haven't seen the results. There were some big fields, 4 turf races on this getaway grass racing day, and a quiet day regarding the entire industry, in this country at least, in the sort of dog days of early December. The Breeders' Cup well over, and 2015 winding down. And with that in mind, Mig, let's just dive right into Vorticity, one of many horses we talked about. In fact, we had 13 stakes to look at, or 12 stakes and 1 maiden race, and Vorticity, one of the stars on the Racing Report that'll air Monday at 6 p.m.
This is a horse I like a great deal. I like his pedigree. He's by Distorted Humor out of that good mare, Tar Heel Mom. I like the fact that he had to back out from a long shot speed horse that put pressure on him, muscle his way out between that horse and the favorite, and then kicked on again. I know he didn't run particularly fast, especially if you consider how fast the filly ran in her division of this race. But I like the fact that he showed that kind of toughness, that grit. You know, we say it a lot. You get horses with a lot of ability, or they have brilliance, but they can't take a punch. Well, he showed he can not only throw a punch, he can take one.
And he was part of the final segment of the Racing Report. You'll see 6 p.m. on Monday. It was a two-year-old exclusive segment. We saw a fast maiden winner here on a Saturday afternoon for Michael Dubb and Rudy Rodriguez. We'll look at his winning stretch run, Condo King, a bit later in this show as a little teaser. But let's dive right into the action here. Again, on this Sunday card, we wrap things up on the main and on the turf, and we're headed to the opening leg of the Pick 6 carryover. 2-year-old fillies, 6.5 furlongs in this maiden special.
Nabila, and she's at the back of the pack. Avendesora is going for the lead, and on the outside it's a Blue Bahia. Silver Sydney is up close down at the rail. Any Day Is My Day. Then it's a length and a half to Browse, who's running in 5th. Pranzade on the far outside in 6th. White Hart Lane is next in 7. Then comes Nabila and Game Girl, and the trailer is Presumptuous in 10th. The quarter went in 23-1. They head for the far turn. Avendesora, Blue Bahia, the two of them are heads apart, with Browse now moving up quickly on the outside. 3 of them across the track for the lead. Any Day Is My Day just in behind and racing in 4th. Then it's Pranzade and White Hart Lane down at the rail, followed by Silver Sydney and Presumptuous. The half in 46-2 as they hit the head of the stretch. And here is Browse up to grab the lead. Avendesora down towards the rail, then Blue Bahia and Any Day Is My Day, followed by White Hart Lane and Presumptuous. Browse is the leader inside the 8th pole. Browse has a 3-length lead. Then it's Avendesora and Any Day Is My Day with Presumptuous. Browse wins handily here by 5 lengths. Any Day Is My Day up for 2nd. Then Presumptuous, Avendesora, and White Hart Lane.
To be fair, I'm not sure about the quality in the wake of Browse. That being said, for a Shug McGahee 2-year-old filly firster, she was terrific. A complete powerhouse effort from this daughter of Medaglia d'Oro.
You could see from about the 3.5 furlong marker, she was going to be very tough to beat. She cruised into position under Jose Ortiz and just looked the winner, and he was looking back, turning for home because he knew he had anybody around him. Any Day Is My Day, the runner-up, but one day it's going to be her day. I think she hooked a very good filly here, and I do think this is a Fleet Alex filly with ability. She's just been a little bit unlucky running to a couple of tough horses.
Right, I feel for Edmund Pringle, who obviously operates a fairly tiny and compact stable, very small outfit on the Naira circuit, and she was beaten Any Day Is My Day by an odds-on Todd Pletcher, Uncle Mo firster in her debut, and Mo D'Amour, and obviously ran into a killer, a tiger for the Phipps stable, and Shug McGahee in Browse, who you would think. Next stop, Palmettos. and Gulfstream Park for a 3-year-old filly kickoff.
You know, we talk about it a great deal with Shug McGahee. He doesn't really hone horses to win first time. So when they win first time out, it's because they're that talented. She should continue to improve.
And a younger half-sister to Imagining, who's done some nice things on the turf, and she certainly has some pedigree to live up to and can blossom going forward. As we go forward as well, race number 5, just one leg later in this pick 6, and I thought this was the best race on today's card. Real interesting 3-year-old restricted claimer late in the season. They were betting a few, and here's John and Brielle.
Been taken back to last. Contradict is out for the lead, and on the outside it's Burndine. So Contradict and Burndine's right together with Ross J. Dog running in third, and Deaded's on the outside in fourth, and Red Guard is fifth. Bullheaded Boy now advances from sixth. The trailers are Skill Not Luck and Fury of the Norsemen. They go into the clubhouse turn. Contradict down on the inside with the lead over Burndine's. It's Contradict by a half length. Burndine's runs in second, and Ross J. Dog is next in third. Then Indebted in fourth, and Bullheaded Boy is fifth, and they're on the backstretch after a quarter in 23 and 3/5 seconds. Contradict leads by a neck. Burndine's on the outside is second by 3. Ross J. Dog in third. Indebted alongside in fourth. Then Bullheaded Boy in fifth. Fury of the Norseman on the inside. Followed by Red Guard and Skill Not Luck at the back. The half 49 and 1/5 seconds. And it's still long shots up front. Contradict with the lead over Burndine's. Contradict by almost a length. Burndine's continues to chase in second. Break of 2. Ross J. Dog down at the rail with Indebted alongside. Bullheaded Boy looking for a way through. Red Guard on the far outside. Passed now by Fury of the Norseman. Then Skill Not Luck. 3/4 in 1:14 and 2. Contradict. Here's Ross J. Dog and Bullheaded Boy on the outside. Here comes Bullheaded Boy up to grab the lead now as Contradict continues to battle on. Fury of the Norseman is putting in a late run. Bullheaded Boy has the lead. Fury of the Norseman on the outside of Contradict. They come for the finish, and it is Bull-Headed Boy by 2. Close for second. Contradict or Fury of the Norseman.
A smoother trip all around for Bull-Headed Boy, who took the worst of it a few weeks ago when he was a tough luck 4th on this turf course.
Yeah, he got shuffled back going into the turn last time, kind of backed up to last. Came running, though, and got a really nice trip today on the Manny Franco. He was a feature on the Trips and Traps segment, and of course I didn't use him, although we did talk about him.
Yeah, it's a great game, isn't it? Talked about him. You guys zeroed in on the trouble that he had, and this was a race David Aragona and I showed, at least Bullheaded Boy's last start in mid-November on Talking Horses, and it was noticeable trouble where he was shuffled and jammed up in between, completely out the back door, and was able to re-rally again. But what a game. You know, you played around in some pick 3s and were alive with the big Shug McGahee firster, and no Bullheaded Boy in the 5th.
No Bullheaded Boy. And you know, to be fair, Johnny Velasquez, who rode Bullheaded Boy last time, was trying to go forward with him. He just didn't run the turn as well. Maybe it was his inexperience on this tight 7-furlong course at Aqueduct, or maybe he just didn't have that acceleration around the turn. But today, smooth trip in the winner's circle.
Rain or shine, dirt, turf, it doesn't matter, long or short. I'm a fan of Bullheaded Boy, man. Just kind of a grinder who's just relentless. He just keeps galloping at you, and he got the money beneath Manny Franco, as you said. How about Bob Baffert with Dr. Dempsey? Bob Baffert running a horse today at the Big A. We will have Dr. Dempsey in his first start since the day before California Chrome's Triple Crown try, coming back off a layoff in today's 8th on the other side of this timeout.
Now you can enjoy your favorite pro and fantasy football teams while playing the races in style as Longshots welcomes back NFL Sunday Ticket. With over 400 HD TVs, 270 individual carols, a full-service sports bar and food menu, Longshots is the place to catch all the great racing and football action. So come on out, bring your friends, bring your league to Longshots, located on the 2nd floor at Aqueduct.
Jason and the MIG, as we rejoin you and remind you once again, we're all about friendly reminders on this show. Naira.com, pay near me. Couple of simple steps, click of a mouse. You hop down to 7-Eleven, grab a forum, a post parade, maybe a Slurpee, a cup of coffee. You'll be good to go. You hand over the cash, you start wagering, and you've got plenty of money for the holiday season. As, man, 4:30 is basically the time the sun goes down at this time of the year. Dark when we finish this show, MIG, but there was plenty of sun today and a good day at that, and there were plenty of fans here to watch some races outside.
Now, I feel like a mushroom. I get up in the dark, I get home in the dark. I'm always in the dark.
Just that time of year, man. Let's move it ahead. Race number 7, much brighter outside when we had our second to last turf race, as Johnny I could take us through this big field, 3 and up claimers. I think we've got 10 here post scratches and claiming tags of 40,000.
Big Yum away well from the outside. Melville down at the rail. So it's Melville. Oh, Big Yum drifted out there a bit as they come through the stretch, but it is Melville and Big Yum heads apart for the lead. Then it's Late Night Mark who's running in third. Constantine on the inside in fourth. El Mutahid is next in fifth. St. Louis is sixth, followed by Cleveland Sound. And Bowtie Affair is at the back in eighth. They head for the turn. Melville down on the inside has the lead by a length over Big Yum, who's chasing in second. Late Night Mark has made his way to the inside in third, and El Mutahid is fourth. And the quarter over the good going was 25 and 1/5 seconds. The field has straightened away and is heading up the backstretch. Melville, the pace setter. 3/4 of a length lead here over Big Yum. It's 2.5 to Late Night Mark in third, and then El Mutahid in fourth. St. Louis is fifth, about 7 from the front. Then Constantine, Bowtie Affair, Cleveland Sound is now the trailer. The half mile in 50 and 3/5 seconds. Melville continues to lead. It's Melville in front by a length over Big Yum. They've been 1-2 right from the start, and they're that way as they go around the far turn. Melville by a half length. Big Yum now getting closer on the outside. Big Yum draws right alongside of Melville, and Late Night Mark is just in behind in third. St. Louis on the far outside in fourth. Then Constantine and El Mutahid. Big Yum now grabs the lead. Late Night Mark on the outside. Melville down towards the rail. Then Constantine and St. Louis. Big Yum, Late Night Mark, St. Louis on the far outside. Late Night Mark, here's St. Louis to win it. St. Louis by almost 2. Late Night Mark was second, and it's a photo for third.
And we miss Marty St. Louis on the Rangers. Think of him often, a great leader, a Stanley Cup winner with the Tampa Bay Lightning. And I do wonder if maybe the connections are Rangers fans, and they named this horse after Marty St. Louis, and you get a big run here with Manny Franco up out in the middle of the turf course.
And another nicely timed ride by Manny Franco. I think he's been riding terrific. You could see his confidence level has really risen. You know, he went through that kind of a rough patch in Saratoga. He was hurt early in the meet, and then kind of struggled when he came back. I think he's really found his form. He's riding great. This horse got the total makeover, too. He was a gelding, dropping in for a tag, and just really, I mean, it looked like at one point the 10 horse was going to win it, and he just swooped by him.
Yeah, pretty game effort, much like his maiden win way back when on April 29th, last race on opening day of the spring meet at Belmont. The Derby, Triple Crown races hadn't been run. We had the whole spring and summer ahead of us, and St. Louis back in the Big Apple getting it done on the last day of turf racing. Let's move on to Bob Baffert's returning Dr. Dempsey. He was one of many New York breds, and they really zeroed in, it seemed, on Dr. Dempsey and the Rail Runner Rectify in a race that had some quality, had some pace on paper. Let's go back to Johnny I.
Lulu Rocks, Dr. Dempsey, Quantos from the extreme outside. It's Quantos and Dr. Dempsey heads apart for the lead. Glowing Ember now moves up in between horses to take third. Lulu Rocks is down at the rail and in fourth. Then it's True Bet next in fifth, almost 3 lengths to Chilton in sixth. Rectify down on the inside in seventh. Bass River Road runs in eighth, and it's Adirondack Posse, Giant in the Moonlight, and Go Get the Basil trails in 11th. The quarter, 22 and 4/5 seconds. Dr. Dempsey takes the lead into the far turn. It's Dr. Dempsey by a half length. Quantos on the outside is second by 2. Then it's True Bet running in third. Lulu Rocks down at the rail in fourth. Glowing Ember is next in fifth. Farther back, it's Bass River Road, Rectify, and Adirondack Posse. The half mile in 46 seconds. Dr. Dempsey and Quantos. It's Quantos and Dr. Dempsey. They are right together with True Bet on the outside in third. Then Lulu Rocks. Rectify is coming on. Then Adirondack Posse and Bass River Road. They're moving for the 16th pole. Dr. Dempsey. Here's Rectify on the outside. Dr. Dempsey and Rectify. It's between those two. It's Rectify to win it. Dr. Dempsey was second, close for third. Adirondack Posse or Bass River Road.
I thought Dr. Dempsey on paper going in would be very vulnerable off the long layoff and the fact he was meeting a good field at 6.5. He ran too good to lose in this race.
Well, he was last man standing. He fought all comers. He won the battle, but he lost the war. Rectify got an absolutely beautiful, picture-perfect ride from Junior Alvarado. From that rail post, he was able to work out a trip, weave his way through traffic, and then his patented strong finish down the middle of the track. And congratulations to our good friend Tom Gallo and all of the people at Parting Glass. They love their racing.
And they've got a homebred by Pulpit who's okay and should be prime. We hope he stays healthy. Should have a good winter on the inner track. And Bill Mott's crew's done a nice job with Rectify. And Junior Alvarado, of course, as 2016 approaches rapidly, I mean, he may have the early book favorite for the Kentucky Derby in Mohaven currently.
You know, I would think so. I mean, I love his progression. I love the way he's done things, and he's been very well schooled. 3 different distinct ways to the path to victory. I like Mohamen a great deal, and you know what, Junior Alvarado, why not?
Why not?
He's earned it, hasn't he?
He has. He's really improved. I like the preparation and just overall confidence. I mean, I think he's a guy that has steadily learned and ascended in the last year and a half, really getting his feet settled in the Big Apple. As we see Junior and just about every other good rider in action today through a little highlight reel package. Sundays, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 6th, and 9th.
4. Head Shrinker on top as they head for home. Head Shrinker in front by almost 3. Then Champagne Therapy. Marakovitz, Love You Babe is down at the rail. And Grace's Joy on the outside. Head Shrinker has built a 4-length lead. Marakovitz, Grace's Joy moving up on the outside. Then it's Love You Babe and Stone Age Honey. But the 3-5 favorite, Head Shrinker, has got it wrapped up. Grace's Joy comes up on the outside to get second over Marakovitz. Love You Babe was 4th. They remain 1-2 with a 1/4 mile to the finish. Irish Whisper holding off by leaps and bounds. Irish Whisper now gets clear by 3. Then it's by leaps and bounds Lady Luciano, and on the far outside it's Here's Zalicious. Irish Whisper by 2. Lady Luciano all out in second. Irish Whisper is still there, and Lady Luciano is second. Irish Whisper the winner. Lady Luciano finished second. Then Here's Delicious and Keep Bustin'. To the stretch, Mia and Molly going wide there. On the outside is a Classy Teacher, Mia and Molly. And down at the rail is Maddie's Wonder Girl. So the 3 of them arrive at the 8th pole together. Here's Maddie's Wonder Girl on the inside. Classy Teacher right there. Maddie's Wonder Girl pokes ahead in front. Classy Teacher battles on. Maddie's Wonder Girl, Classy Teacher. It's going to be a photo finish here. Too tight to call, very close. Maddie's Wonder Girl or Classy Teacher. Balqua came on for, and here is Browse up to grab the lead. Avendesora down towards the rail, then Blue Bahia, and Any Day Is My Day, followed by White Hart Lane and Presumptuous. Browse is the leader inside the 8th pole. Browse has a 3-length lead. Then it's Avendesora and Any Day Is My Day with Presumptuous. Browse wins handily here by 5 lengths. Any Day Is My Day up for second. Then Presumptuous, Avendesora, and White Hart Lane. Farther back, Lucky Town in 6th. Then Analyze Dat. They head for home, and it is Cards of Stone with the lead. Cause for Surprise on the outside. Cards of Stone still there. Cause for Surprise in second. Farther back, it's Bluegrass Cat Smile in third. Now is 16th out. Cards of Stone, a huge price here. Cards of Stone has done it at 38-1. Cause for Surprise was second. Then Bluegrass Cat Smile in third, and Analyze That was fourth. K, The Giant is Lit, Mobilize on the outside, then Light Years Away. Here comes Mobilize, and here comes Cap's Vow. Cap's Vow on the far outside. Bonnie K is hanging in there, and down at the rail, it's Light Years Away. Light Years Away comes away with the lead. Cap's Vow in second, and a big price perhaps to end the day. It is Light Years Away. It looked like she got it in a photo finish.
Nobody alive going into the last race, and had they been, I don't know if anybody would have hit that Pat Kelly and Ruben Silvera long shot. 6 digits right behind us, man. $1.23. Study up for Wednesday.
Great way to kick off the inner track, and you know, I was always very successful on the inner tracks. I think I'm going to have to do the homework, and me and you got to partner up. We got to try to take this down.
I'm here Wednesday, 50-50. Do some homework over the dark days, and we go back to race number 2 before the pick 6, and one favorite after another fell, and it was all about trainer Tom Morley and jockey Jose Ortiz going 2 for 2 in the early double. And this old mare's pretty good, and she did not have an easy trip. No,
she had to fight for it, but she is 3 for 3 at the Big A. She likes it here, no doubt. South Ozone Park, her hometown. But Tom Morley, winner yesterday, 2 wins today. And he's in Florida checking out the southern division of his stable. They might have to leave him down there. They keep on this run.
Well, Maggie said that to me. As soon as they hit the wire, and Irish Whisperer was all by herself in the second, Maggie said, I think Tom may have to spend the winter down in Florida. And getting back to the early double, we had 4 claims combined out of races 1 and 2. In fact, Tom Morley lost Head Shrinker to Joe Imperio. Couple of a two-way shake on that horse, couple of claim slips, and Cap's Vow out of the last. That horse did not have a smooth trip. Michelle Nevin, the new trainer, off Grand Motion. As we wrap up the week that was, we say goodbye to the main. Holidays are in the air, and the Mig and I are coming back on Aqueduct Insider.
Hi, my name is Staff Sergeant Joshua Wallace of the United States Marine Corps. Please join us at the Aqueduct Racetrack to participate in our annual Toys for Tots drive.
And I'm Staff Sergeant Corrales. Please help us by bringing a new unwrapped toy December 12th and 13th.
Happy holidays.
Top performers on this closing getaway week on the main track already. A full week into December, the Mig and I dive right into Room for Me, 96 buyer in another solid effort taking the Garland of Roses.
You got to love this mare. Picked up for 12.5 last winter at Santa Anita. With the claiming crown pretty much in mind, well, she's far exceeded their expectations and worked out a beautiful trip under Irad Ortiz and kicked on and beat a very good Princess Violet, who's returning off the layoff. I think Room for Me should have a good winter.
And earlier in the day on Saturday, Condo King looked the big odds-on favorite, King Krantz, right in the eye and turned him back in a race that produced a 91 winning buyer.
You know, we talked about it on the National Racing Report, and I'm going to stand by what I said. I thought when I first watched it, King Krenza.
King Krantz.
King Krantz. Why can't I get that right?
I don't know.
Krantz, because I keep thinking about King Krisa. King Krantz was game. I don't think he hung. I think he got outrun.
And 3 for me. You know he's game. His heart is as big as the Big A, and that's what I wrote in the little graphic there underneath. He's got that cruising speed, and whether you're talking about April turf races or a grass race just a couple of days ago, he brings it for Steve Kosaris.
And Steve Kosaris is having a terrific run right now. He's a great horseman. His horses are doing well. And I think that was Javier Castellano capping off his Naira year with a victory with a 3 for Me.
And didn't miss a beat. Picked up where he left off Saturday down at Gulfstream Park with a 4-bagger. And we looked at a few different Javier Stakes wins on Saturday with the claiming crown.
Well, maybe that's a harbinger of things to come. 3 for Me, because maybe he's going to win his 3rd consecutive Eclipse Award. I know Victor Espinosa is getting a lot of support, but if we look back at it historically, Ron Turcotte wins the Triple Crown with Secretariat. Lafitte Pink Eye was Jockey of the Year. Krugay wins it with Seattle Slew. Cawthon was Jockey of the Year. Cawthon wins it with Affirmed, and he didn't win it that year either. Darryl McHarg won it.
Wow, never even heard of him.
He's
Not
a
to
steward,
show
he's
my
a steward
age.
in California now.
No, all right, I'm sure he's a great guy. And Jose Ortiz, I'm sure at some point, he's the hot rider of the week, and he has got a ton of business, even looking at trainers and barns that he won races for over the last 5 days. He and his agent, Jimmy Riccio, do a great job. And you would think time will tell. Jose Ortiz will likely be a finalist for an Eclipse Award before it's all said and done.
I think I'll go one better. I think Jose and Irad Ortiz one day will both wind up on that, on that ballot, and it'll be a pretty fun night for them. But when a jock rides for this many live trainers, it's a credit to him, and it's even bigger credit to his agent. You want to be alive in all of the barns you can be.
And it seems like David Jacobson has branched out. He's used the Ortiz boys often here over the last few weeks, and Irad Ortiz won a few races for David over the last couple of cards. He's got 30 victories, 5 in front of his younger brother. And speaking of David Jacobson, he had a nice Saturday here at Aqueduct with Room for Me, and also got a nice performance out of Stall Walking Dude in the Rapid Transit.
And it was David's birthday last week, so he's hitting on all cylinders, and I kind of get a kick out of it. David works with his brother in the barn, and it must be fun to be able to do that with a family member that you're close with and have the kind of success they have.
And he's got the home field advantage here at the Big A. David Jacobson does, as does Rudy Rodriguez. Rudy's been firing on all cylinders, but Tom Morley may be quiet throughout the spring and summer. He really woke up in a big way over the last 2 racing cards.
Well, his horses have been running well. They've been hitting the board, a lot of seconds, thirds. A trainer can only get them ready. Then you need some bounces to go your way. I think we can come up with a better picture for Tom than that.
Yeah, we may have to dig further into the database than a morning pick, because he does dress pretty well when it's game time in the afternoon. Speaking of game time, we dive right back in to wrap up the show, our best in New York of 2015 on this Sunday, December 6th. And boy, oh boy, a Woodward not to be forgotten. Liam's Map, off that tough loss in the Whitney, came back. All eyes were on him, and man, was he sharp Labor Day weekend.
The Woodward. And Liam's Map goes out to the front. He's got company, though. Bay of Plenty's got speed, too, and Protonico is away running in third to the far outside as they race for the turn. And then it's Coach Inge who now takes third. Protonico goes a bit wide, and Wicked Strong is down on the inside, 5 lengths off the lead early on as Liam's Map rolls along up front. And then it's F&X followed by Commanding Curve and My Loot, who are at the back of the field. The first quarter goes in 22 and 3/5 seconds, 23 and 3, that opening quarter mile for Liam's Map, who's the leader onto the backstretch by 2.5 lengths. And then it's Bay of Plenty running in second, 1.5 lengths. Coach Inge follows in third. He's 4 lengths off of Liam's Map up the backstretch. Then Protonico and Wicked Strong. 3 lengths more. Back to F&X, My Loot, and Commanding Curve is last, and he's only 9 lengths off the lead. The pace is not fast at all here. Liam's Map has run a half in 47 and 2, much slower than he ran in the Whitney. Liam's Map is the leader by 2 lengths as the field races past the half-mile pole. Bay of Plenty is in second, moving for the turn. Coach Inge follows in third on the inside. Wicked Strong is fourth. Protonico's come under a ride. F&X is down on the inside, 5 lengths off the lead. My Loot and Commanding Curve. Liam's Map rounds the far turn after 3 quarters in 1:10 and 4. And Bay of Plenty is trying to come after him as they move to the top of the stretch. Liam's Map turns for home in front in the Woodward and turns it on to a 2-length lead. Coach Inge has rallied up the rail, and on the outside comes Bay of Plenty, but Liam's Map has opened up a 3-length lead here. Coach Inge, Bay of Plenty, Wicked Strong, F&X, and on the far outside, My Loot. They're all running for minor shares behind Liam's Map, who rolls home in the Woodward. And then it was Coach Inge, Wicked Strong, and F&X.
And he was just getting warmed up. He left us with a scintillating effort in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. Best of luck at Lane's End in 2016 for Liam's Map. Best of luck in that double carryover Pick 6. Wednesday, opening day on the Inner. Don't forget the NRR with the Mig and myself, 6 p.m. on Monday right here on MSG+. Have a great night.